So apparently, INFJs aren't just a personality type anymore. They're mythological creatures, empathic visionaries, shadow-dwelling sages, emotionally tortured poets who were too pure for this world and now do light spiritual healing through eye contact. At least, that's what YouTube seems to think. Let's pump the brakes. Here are 7 reasons why the INFJ hype machine needs to shut down and go outside. 1. MBTI is not a divine calling. Let's start here. MBTI is a personality framework, not a sacred prophecy, not an exclusive membership club for misunderstood geniuses, definitely not the Enneagram of enlightenment. Yet if you watch these videos, you'd think INFJs are heaven-sent, as if taking a Buzzfeed tier quiz and answering "I like deep conversations" gets you knighted by Carl Jung himself. The truth? MBTI is a tool. It helps you reflect on behavior patterns. It's not a declaration of mystical superiority. So no, you're not rare and precious like a Fabergé egg. You're just a person who overthinks things and avoids phone calls. 2. Sensitivity does not equal emotional maturity. One of the most repeated lines, INFJs feel deeper than others. Okay, but feeling deeply doesn't equal wisdom. It doesn't mean you're emotionally advanced. It doesn't mean you understand the human condition better than the rest of us. Sometimes, it just means you spiral into a full identity crisis because someone liked your message but didn't respond. INFJ videos love to equate moodiness with emotional enlightenment. But let's be honest, shutting down and sulking while expecting someone to magically know what's wrong isn't soulful. It's just passive-aggressive. No, Brenda, you're just passive-aggressive and expect people to decode your emotions through interpretive dance. If you won't speak plainly, don't act shocked when people don't get you. That's not mystique, that's poor communication. You can cry to Bon Iver all you want, but that doesn't mean you're a monk. It just means your playlist has ambience and your boundaries don't. 3. No one understands me is not a personality trait. Oh, the classic. INFJs are the most misunderstood type. Sure, and every teenager listening to My Chemical Romance in 2008 thought the same thing. Here's a fun fact. Literally everyone feels misunderstood. That's what being human is. You're not deep because you feel disconnected, you're average. What makes it worse is that INFJs sometimes contribute to the misunderstanding by being vague, indirect, and emotionally withdrawn, but then get mad when people don't get them. It's not mysterious, it's just confusing. You're not an enigma wrapped in riddles. You just never said what you actually wanted. 4. Suffering is not a superpower. Every INFJ montage has rain, piano music, and a sad stare out a foggy window. Because INFJs carry the pain of the world, apparently. Look, I get it. INFJs feel pain deeply. But guess what? So do most people. You don't get special angel points for having trauma. Pain doesn't make you morally superior. It makes you human. We all hurt. The difference is, some people post about it in lowercase letters with flower emojis, and others go to therapy. So unless you're out here ending generational cycles, stop acting like your heartbreak turned you into some tragic monk in exile. You're not Frodo. 5. You're not psychic. You're just decent at reading the room. You ever hear this one? INFJs can instantly sense someone's true intentions. Okay, calm down, Professor X. Yes, INFJs tend to be intuitive and observant, but that doesn't mean you're psychic. That feeling you had might have just been indigestion and a well-timed side-eye. You're not reading people's souls. You're picking up patterns and filling in the blanks, sometimes correctly, sometimes not. And when you do get it wrong, let's be honest, you just say, "My intuition was off," like you're tuning a radio. Guess what? Everyone gets vibes. It's called being alive and having social awareness. It's not a gift from the spiritual plane. 6. INFJs have flaws. Shocking, I know. You won't hear this in most videos, but INFJs are not the moral North Star of humanity. In fact, they can be
judgmental, emotionally avoidant, deeply controlling in the name of care, champions of silent resentment.
And let's not forget the INFJ specialty, convincing themselves they're morally justified in ghosting someone, then writing a reflective quote about boundaries on their Instagram story. They don't explode often, but when they do, it's not pretty. And somehow, it's always your fault, even if you had no idea anything was wrong. Their flaws are real. They're just better at aestheticizing them. 7. The INFJ door slam. Calm down, you're not a Volt. And finally, the holy grail of INFJ mythology, the INFJ door slam. YouTube videos make it sound like a spiritual execution. Once an INFJ slams the door on you, you cease to exist. They will never speak of you again. You are but dust in their emotional canyon. Here's what that usually means. They didn't tell you what was wrong. They hoped you'd figure it out telepathically. You didn't. So they cut you off, ghosted you, and now feel both righteous and heartbroken because you didn't fight for them. It's not strength. It's unprocessed resentment. It's conflict avoidance dressed up as divine judgment. You're not shutting someone out to protect your soul. You're just tired of dealing with hard conversations, and you found a poetic name for it. Look, INFJs are cool, insightful, sensitive, often very kind. But they're also flawed, dramatic, and occasionally exhausting. And that's okay. Being a person is messy. Just don't let a YouTube video convince you that your MBTI type makes you a misunderstood prophet on a mission from the stars. You're not holy. You're human. Like, subscribe, or don't. I already saw it coming.